Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I have plans to just do a little bit in the garden today, like some pruning, cutting back, weeding, just a little bit of like little stuff, because I actually have kind of a busy day. I'm like, I don't want to bore you guys with these details, but I have to complain to somebody because Jason and I are just like, oh, what is going on? So I told you all a little bit in our back garden tour that we've been dealing with some like house stuff, house maintenance stuff. Our dishwasher broke. And then this house is very unique. I think it was DIY'd. And the dishwasher that we used to have, the depth is very shallow. And you actually cannot purchase a dishwasher that's that shallow anymore. They're not available. You cannot purchase it. So we could not replace the dishwasher until we have a contractor come and deepen the area where the dishwasher goes. So we're going to have work done on our cabinets, which is such a pain. Yesterday we bought a dishwasher from Home Depot, delivered the wrong one. Apparently whoever got our dishwasher opened it, so now they're not allowed to deliver it to us. So now we have to wait like another week for it to be delivered, which is so frustrating. And then the crazy thing, in the meantime, with all of this, if you guys hear the airplanes in the background, we have a little airport right next to us, and every once in a while, like every couple of weeks, they test all the planes, and today's a testing day, so you guys are probably going to hear the airplanes in the background. But when we're dealing with the dishwasher stuff, all of a sudden, our water heater poops out. It just stops working. And so we've had 2 people to come here to see what's wrong. Again, the weirdness of our house, we have a solar water heater. You've probably seen it on the roof of our house. And nobody works on solar water heaters anymore. We can't even find anyone to like really take care of it. So the plumber was like, we can try and fix it, but we can't guarantee it. But the lifespan is only 10 to 15 years on a solar water heater anyway. And it was installed in 2012, according to the records of this house. So long story short, we have to have a new water heater installed today. So add it to the list. I mean, it's only 2 things. There's only 2 things, but it's still just like when it rains, it pours. That's kind of how Jason and I are talking about it. So I am waiting today. The plumber's supposed to show up any minute, get him started on installing the water heater, and then I can get started on what I want to do today, which is work in the garden. So while I'm waiting for the plumbers to show up, I'm going to go ahead and get started with an easy project, which is just a little bit of pruning. I'm going to be pruning this Gara right here. This is Stratosphere Pink Gara. It is so pretty, and it's been blooming for such a long time already this spring. And there's another one over there, another grouping over there that's really gorgeous. And I have to say, I have to put my big girl pants on, and I have to prune this because Gara responds really, really well to pruning. And it's going to keep it blooming. It's actually going to make it look denser, thicker, more tidy if I prune it right now once it's starting to look just a little tired after its first flush. I had a bunch of white Gara back by the greenhouse last year and I didn't touch it, and probably by like late June, July, it was looking not good, and that was my fault. I should have cut it back. I always have a really hard time cutting back blooms like this because they look so good, and when you cut them back, they don't look good for about 2 weeks. But like I said, put your big girl pants on, put your big boy pants on, and cut it back, and you're going to be so much happier. And I am lecturing myself, not you guys, just so you know. So this is definitely on my list to cut back today. I'm going to get it done real quick. And then I just did want to show you that monster right there. That is our solar water heater. It is the weirdest thing, and now it's going to be of no use. They said they're going to cap it. I think I said on camera, I told you guys that I asked them if they could remove the whole thing, if we could pay them to remove it because it's so ugly, and they said no, because it's built into the roof and we would have to replace the roof. So we're just going to have that ugly thing on our roof now until we replace the roof. And it's not even doing anything. I guess it is what it is. All right, plumber is here, and he is officially replacing our water heater so we can actually have some hot showers. I don't know if you guys got it, but we haven't taken a hot shower in 2 days, which has been very rough for the whole family. So he's going to be working on that. I'm going to get started on this. All right, so you can see I am done cutting these back. I had a couple people ask me how many Gara plants I actually have here, and I think I have four or five here, and in each grouping over here. And I think that that's perfect. I think it is so pretty. You can see I cut it back by about, I would say, half, but really what I focused on was cutting it back down to the top of the foliage, and I just cut off the bloom spikes. And this is going to respond really well to that. It'll push new bloom spikes. It'll be denser, thicker. It'll be happier. It'll last longer this season, which is exactly what I want. And there are other plants that respond well to pruning, mid-season pruning like this. Lavender is a good one. I'm looking at dahlias is a good one. Roses, you want a deadhead. Certain salvias like pink profusion salvia responds really well to pruning back like this, even though I rarely do it, but I should. It would look it would look better. And Nepeta is another one that definitely needs to be cut back to keep blooming. I would say petunias, right? I normally would say petunias unless you have supertunias. If you have supertunias do not need to be cut back during the season because they are bred to what they call bury the dead. So whenever I have supertunias in my landscape, I don't worry about it. I don't cut them back. If you do have them in a pot or a hanging basket, you might want to cut them back because they might get a little leggy and a little out of control. But these petunias will continue blooming without pruning. If you have regular petunias though, you do need to deadhead petunias. I also don't need to deadhead my superbenas. Sometimes I'll deadhead them or cut them back, especially when they're perennials. They've lasted over one season. Sometimes they get a little too big, but you definitely don't have to do that. So a lot of proven winners plants have been bred so that you don't have to prune them during the season, but there are still some, like the Gara, like the Nepeta, that you should, and they will actually perform better if you do. All right, the next task I want to do today is I want to stake up these limelight hydrangeas that I have here in my secret garden that are leaning towards the light. Look, you can see exactly where the light is. They're leaning towards it, and I don't want them to lean, and I'm sorry to do this to them, but they have to stay upright. You guys see the birds on the bird bath? Oh, that's so cute. I want to refill that bird bath. Oh, look at how cute. They're so cute. This young man has been giving me his guilty look all day, and I don't know why. I cannot. What are you doing? You are doing something that you're not supposed to do, and you know it, and I want to know what it is. I have no idea. It's just like when your kids do something wrong, and they know it. I can tell. Even before they say something, I know when they've done something wrong. It's the same for Monty, but I don't know what he did. All right, I don't love how this looks, but I think it should correct the problem. And then I'm sure these limelight hydrangeas are just going to keep growing like crazy, like they have been doing. And we're probably not even going to be able to see these stakes pretty soon. But I ended up doing kind of like the corral system where I did 3 of the bamboo stakes around the edge and then corralled everything with the twine, and I think that will hold everything in nice and tight rather than just putting one stake in the middle. I think this will make it kind of look better, make it a little bit looser for them. And then you guys saw I did turn the pots so that now they can start reaching back this way for the sun, which I just think is so sad. They need a better spot. They need a morning sun spot, but I just don't really have too many of those spots. So I'm just gonna try and make it work and see if they can last here. All right, moving on from the hydrangeas, I'm back in the center island, and I have to address my redbud trees, my rising sun redbud trees. They got pretty tortured during the windstorm we had about a week ago, and so I need to come through and I need to kind of clean up and kind of prune these guys, and see what I can save and see what just needs to be cut out. Like this, I don't even know where that branch went. Oh gosh, that branch. So you can see they just got quite ravaged in that windstorm. So I just have to kind of fix that up. I have this one here, and then I have this one over here that I think needs some attention as well. Okay, so I've got the first rising sun redbud all pruned, all the dead branches cut off, and I actually even staked it because it was leaning over a lot further than I thought it was. It definitely needed that stake. I'll end up taking that stake off in probably like 6 months, maybe even a year. I don't know. It's like such a top heavy tree. I'm a little worried about it. But I think it's okay. It looks much, much better now. And you can see it right behind Summer statue. And I think that looks really good. So I feel good about this one. I have to admit, I'm a little worried about this one, cleaning up this one, because you can see this one is just a lot bigger than the other one. And there's a lot more branches in there. And I'm just a little overwhelmed. So I'm just going to get started, and then I'm going to tell myself I don't have to finish. Right? like we're just going to get started. We're just going to cut off the broken branches. It'll be fine. I'm trying to get both of them in the same shot so you can see the difference. Look at the difference of that giant one versus that one. I don't know why that one is so much smaller than this one, but yeah, wish me luck. Oh boy. Ugh. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now with this one. It's definitely lopsided. This limb is so much more thicker and fuller than these limbs, and that's because over here is where they all broke off from the windstorm. So I was trying to even it out without overcorrecting. You know what I mean? So let me show you guys from this direction. I took so much off. Here it is. It looks good. It looks good from this direction. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it right here, kind of look at it a little bit more, and then if I have to go in and kind of fine tune it, then I will. Let me show you how much I took off though. Like, it's like a whole nother tree over here. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I think I said this, but these are called rising sun redbuds. And they're called rising sun redbuds because the new growth is like the rising sun. You can see it's kind of a little peach, and then it's yellow. I mean, I should say it starts green and then it gets to more yellow, and then the new growth is like this beautiful peachy color. And it's just the most gorgeous tree. It's a relatively new specimen, cultivar. It's a relatively new cultivar of redbud, and it is just so beautiful. I absolutely love them. They're gorgeous. So I think I'll leave it at that. I always get nervous about overdoing it with pruning my trees, and so I always think it's better to err on the side of less pruning than more pruning, because I can always come back out here if I need to. or if I see something, or if Raphael, you see something and you want to come out. my friend Raphael, he is so good at pruning trees, so good at it. And so he needs to come out and help me with these. He helped me last year with these. I know you're watching this, Raphael. Please come help. That looks better. That looks both of them look much better. If you guys can see them. They don't look like they're about to fall over. So that's always a good sign, right? Okay, the next thing I want to do, I'm just going from one thing to the next. Next thing I want to do is I want to deal with my Eureka lemon tree. This guy is getting a little leggy and a little out of control. And I need to kind of just prune it back just a little bit. It's only about a year old. It's only been here for about a year. So I don't want to do too much to it, but I can see I do have some suckers. I have some branches that are really low. And then I have some really extremely long branches that need to be cut back just a little bit to make it more, structurally sound so that as it grows, it's growing in a good form and I'm getting a good form here in this garden bed. But first thing I need to do is I need to go clean my automatic pruners so I don't spread any disease or anything. So to clean my pruners, I just have a little bottle of alcohol right here and I just spray it and let it dry just very easily. A little bit harder with one hand, but you guys kind of get the idea. Hello? There we go. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to stop there for this year, pruning for this year. I cut it back a little bit. I cut the tallest branches back a little bit. I didn't head it off. I didn't cut the whole thing off at the top because I do want it to keep growing. What my goal is for this tree is I'm trying to limit up so that the first branches are coming from kind of this point right here. You can see there's 2, maybe 3 main branches right there. There's more that are coming down here, and eventually I will take like all this off and all this off and this branch off, and I will limit up a little bit, but it's just not quite ready for that just yet. So I'm just being really patient, but I have a plan for what I'm going to do probably next year as I keep pruning this tree to get it to look like how I actually want it to look, which is a standard form, like a lollipop that has enough room underneath so I can still grow a whole bunch of things underneath it. And then it has a nice big canopy with lots of fruit. So it's just going to take some time. I have to be patient with it, but that looks much better than it did before. everyone, I think that is going to be it for me and Monty today. I have officially run out of steam, and I think Monty has too. I feel so bad for the plumber. He's still here. He's still working hard. It's like 3:30 right now, and he's been here since 9, working hard, barely I don't even think he's taken a break. It's just one thing after the other. We keep trying to troubleshoot things and figure out why this pipe is connected to this pipe. It's just, it's just our house. It's just our house. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Look at the beautiful clouds today. Aren't those gorgeous? I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.